Hello everyone, this is Warhawk Beyond 2040 and welcome to another edition of the Jazz Albums Review Series. And today I'm going to be taking a look at another 2023 release, this time from world-renowned bassist Brian Bromberg, and this is his newest recording for Artistry Music, The Magic of Moonlight. So this is the first album since 2021's A Little Driving Music that Brian Bromberg has recorded and released an album to feature new material. And Brian Bromberg, of course, one of the greatest bass players of all time and one of the true masters of the acoustic and electric bass. And when you hear him at first, you would be mistaken to think that you were hearing a guitarist. No, it's not a guitarist, it's Brian Bromberg, and he has a very distinct sound, and you know straight away it's him. Brian Bromberg plays a variety of different basses that are tuned to the high register of a guitar, and anybody who owns a Brian Bromberg album, the first thing you would always spot is there are no guitar solos on this album. All of the guitar solos you hear are all played by Brian Bromberg. And to me, that's what always sets Brian Bromberg apart from other bass players. He's got his own sound, his own style. No one else sounds quite like him. He has his own unique identity. And as a huge fan of the bass, Brian Bromberg's albums are always enjoyable to listen to, and he never ever leaves you short of bass playing. There's lots of bass solos, whether it's electric or acoustic. He always does exactly what it says on the tin, and to me, that's one of the main reasons why he's been one of my all-time favorites for many, many years. So, The Magic of Moonlight is a bit of a different album for Brian Bromberg compared to his previous recordings. This album's a lot more heavier, lots more heavy bass driven. Not saying that his previous albums aren't, they were a bit more on the lighter side, which isn't a bad thing, but for this album, much more heavier, a lot more funkier, and still very enjoyable nonetheless. And as I said, Brian Bromberg, he always delivers. He always gives you your money's worth and never leaves you short of bass work and solos. And you know, if I'm going to buy a bass player's album, I want to hear exactly that. I want to hear the bass and plenty of it. And we get that here. So we've got 11 tracks, all written and composed by Brian Bromberg, with the exception of one track, which is co composed by Brian Bromberg and Zach Bromberg. So we've got The Magic of Moonlight, the title track, Nico's Groove for Nico Corleone, who sadly passed away not too long ago, A New Dawn, So You Think You're All That, Just Another Beautiful Day, Last Day of Summer, The Third Child for My Sister Leslie, The Orient Express, Bedtime Story, The Pink Moment, In the Hands of God. Very enjoyable album, lots of great tracks, lots of great bass playing, down and dirty, just the way I like it. Absolutely fantastic. So, Brian Bromberg, of course, plays pretty much all the basses on this album, from electric bass to piccolo bass, fretless bass, acoustic bass guitar with steel piccolo bass strings, nylon piccolo bass, acoustic bass, keyboard programming. Brian Bromberg does it all here. And musicians we got featured on here is Tom Zink on piano and keyboards, Everette Harp on tenor and soprano sax, Gary Meek on soprano sax, who is an amazing sax player, Michael Paolo on tenor sax, Tony Moore on drums, Joel Taylor on drums, Lenny Castro on percussion, Ganyin Arnold on rhythm guitar, Ray Fuller on rhythm guitar, Grant Geissman on Jerry Jones sitar guitar, Zach Bromberg on groove and keyboard programming, and his old friend and longtime collaborator Tony Guerrero on muted trumpet and flugelhorn, and Lynn Roundtree on muted trumpet, and Charlie Bishirat on violin. And we've also got a great horn section comprised of Michael Stever on trumpet, Andrew New on sax, Nick Lane on trombone, and Brian Bromberg does all of the horn arrangements for this album as well. And it's a really good album. As I said, a much more heavier, bass driven album for Brian Bromberg than his previous recordings. So there we are. There's some production notes as well. And there we are. But a very good, enjoyable album, I think. Certainly one of Brian Bromberg's heaviest albums that he's done in quite a while. So, standout tracks for me are The Magic of Moonlight, Nico's Groove for Nick Coleone, Just Another Beautiful Day, The Orient Express, Bedtime Story, The Pink Moments, and In the Hands of God, which is like the longest track. But very good album. As I said, Brian Bromberg always delivers the goods when it comes to his music and especially his bass playing, and he does it all, and he does it all very, very well. So great, strong album for Brian Bromberg, and he's one of those guys. His albums just continue to keep getting better and better. All of his albums are very different, and that to me really sets him apart from a lot of other bass players. He's very highly versatile. He's pretty much done it all, really, from jazz to jazz fusion to blues to metal to rock music. He's pretty much covered most of the genres in music. Orchestral, Brazilian, you name it. This man's done it all. Brian Bromberg, as I said, one of the greatest bass players of all time, and this album proves that once again that he is one of the best in the world. So very enjoyable album. Highly recommend you check it out. If you're a fan of bass, this is definitely one for the books. This is definitely one for your collection. So there you have it. Brian Bromberg, The Magic of Moonlight. Fantastic album and one of the best of 2023. Excellent stuff. So that's going to be it from me. I'm going to wrap this up now. What's your favourite track from Brian Bromberg, The Magic of Moonlight? Is it the title track, Nico's Groove for Nick Coleone, A New Dawn, So You Think You're All That, Just Another Beautiful Day, Last Day of Summer, The Third Child for My Sister Leslie, The Orient Express, Bedtime Story, The Pink Moments, or In the Hands of God? Or do you enjoy the whole album from start to finish? There's no right or wrong answer. We all have our favourite tracks. You know what to do, guys. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, leave your thoughts and comments down below. And I will see all of you next time for another edition of the Jazz Albums Review Series. So until next time, take care, everybody, and stay safe. And once again, as always, much appreciated. Thanks for listening.